Okay guys, sorry it's been a while since my last video. I've been pretty busy lately. I just released an app on the App Store the other day. It's called DropCap, and it's doing pretty well so far. I also just got a new headset the other day, and so I think I'll probably be a little bit more motivated to get some more videos out. I'm gonna try something new. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna normally when I make one of these videos, I spend quite a bit of time preparing, and I actually have a whole separate project, and I I work it out I work out what I'm gonna do there, and then I come here and do it here, so that way I'm not fumbling around and trying to figure out what I'm doing. But as a result, it takes me quite a bit longer to create these videos because I have to actually do this stuff twice. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna do what my plan is for this video, and I might fumble around a little bit. Hopefully not too much, but I'll do some more editing later. So if I spend 10 minutes doing something and I'm doing it completely wrong, I won't show you that 10 minutes. I will edit through that, and I think that will be a better system. I'll be able to get videos done quickly, more quickly, and it won't be quite as much work for me, which is always good. So let's get it started. This is probably going to be a short video because I still don't have a ton of time, but this is where we left off, and I think I might have told you that the next video we would work on animating Mario. I unfortunately don't have time to do that right now. I really just wanted to do a kind of short video to let you guys know that I hadn't given up on this. So what we're gonna do in this video, and some of you have probably already figured this out, so feel free to skip if you've already done all this. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the rest of the text. I might, if this takes me very long, kind of fast forward through this part. But I'm gonna do the text at the top, and by that, I just mean there's the world text, and then it says time, and then we'll have the player. And I'll show you how to set up doing input. Although I might not ever show you. I'll do the one player, two player game input where you switch between the two. I might not ever actually show making the two player version, um, because I don't. It'll just be that it's not too difficult to do. It's just a little bit time consuming. So, but I'll get started making that text, and I'll start the input stuff. So the first thing, let's just real easy. Let's add the world, the text that the text that shows the current world you're on at the top. So we'll call this world label, and then we'll have another one that's actually, no, we don't need that. We'll just have the world label, and then I'll do it like I did here, where I just have the new line in the text. So let's say world label equals new sprite, and then this is gonna say, you know, actually let's make this capitalized. I don't know why I didn't. It should be capitalized. So say world, and then for now, later it'll actually show current world, but on the main screen it just actually always shows 1 1, I think. So we'll just leave it like that for now. And then it's gonna be position. Let's see what's the position of the other one. So it's gonna be maybe, let's try 300, and then 10. And then we'll get the default font, and it'll be white. Now we'll add the child. See where that's at. Too close. Let's try 450. Maybe a little too far away. I want that to be like that. Okay, so I've got a problem that I'm gonna have to figure out. My headset shuts off after a while if there's no audio coming through, so I might have to play some music or something. Sorry if my audio cuts out for a second, that's why. I'm not sure I can actually focus while playing music, so I'll have to work on that later. Um, okay, so I want that to be centered, I think. The world 1-1 needs to be centered under world. So, this is one of those cases where I'm not exactly sure how to do that. So I'm just gonna go look at it and see if we can't figure it out. I might have to look it up. Um, thirsty. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Look that up right quick. Okay, so there is no easy way, from what I can tell, to center the second part of the text like this. Um, so what we're gonna do is get rid of that. And then we're going to make another sprite and call it world value. And then we'll say world value equals new sprite. And it's just going to be 1-1. And then we're going to put it at, let's try 420, and then maybe 25. Default font. Color white. Add the child. World value. And there's an error. Where's an error? Spelled new wrong. And I have parentheses there that I don't want. Okay. So that's centered. That's correct for X. Let's move it down a little bit. It's too close. I want it to be on the same level as the coins and the other scores. So let's keep moving it down until it's there. That's about right. Okay. And then after that, we just have the time label. Let's that cut out again. Should be back now. Okay, let's do the time label now. Sprite time label. And we're going to do the same time label, time value thing with this, but there is no time value that shows on the screen. So I don't need it now. Equals new sprite. And then this is going to say time, comma, new. Okay. And then this is going to be maybe 550 or so. Still going to be at 10. Default font. Capital color, white. Add child, time label. There. That's about right. It might be, it's a little bit closer than it actually is. It's a little bit far to the left than it actually is in the game, but that's okay. You guys don't mind. Okay, now let's do. So I think what I'm gonna do later. This whole part here. All of these labels. So I'm actually gonna move this. We're gonna put that together. That there. Okay. All of these labels right here will always be showing on the game screen because the game screen also has your score and your number of coins and the world you're on and time and stuff like that. So later on, I'm gonna actually make a separate. I'm gonna make a class, and it's just gonna be called Game HUD, and it'll just it'll be just a sprite with all of these added to it automatically. So in this class, all we'll add we'll just have like one like game HUD or something like that, and that will be and then we'll just add that one child, and it will take care of that. I'm not going to do that right now, but So just so you know, that's the plan for this. So that way we don't have to copy and paste this into the menu screen and the game screen, and it'll condense our code a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here a little bit, and we'd also need. I'm going to do the player, the 1 and 2 player game labels. So we're going to call it we'll say sprite player 1 player 1 label, and then we'll have a sprite player 2 label. So let's say player 1 label is a new sprite, and it says 1 player, let's make it caps, 1 player game, and then it's going to be at, say, 300 and 400. No, let's try, yeah, let's try 400. That might be too far down. And let's get the default font and color, capital C color dot white. Add child player 1 label. Let's see if that looks right. That's way too far down. Okay, this needs to be like 200. Try that. Too high up. Maybe 250? Yeah. Let's make it 300. And then let's move this over a little bit. I think that'll be about right. It'll be at least good enough for us. And now it's too far down. I don't like it. Let's try 275. 275. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now let's do the player 2 label. Player equals new sprite. 2 player game. New vector. 350. What do I make that? 275. So let's make this one 300. Is it back? Okay. I'm really gonna have to do something about that. Color white. Let's add that. Player 2 label. Too close together. Let's move it down. 325. It's too low. Do 315. Yep. Okay, 315 is good. Now I'm gonna put the little player selector guy. The little Goomba thing, I think. And I already added the sprite. I'll be sure. I'll upload a. I know my sprites from the previous tutorials have expired from the website I upload them to, so I'll find a more permanent solution. I'll go ahead and upload all the sprites I've used. But here's the guy I use. It's pretty awful, honestly. It's terrible. I just took a screenshot of one I found and then erased it, and it's pretty embarrassing. But I figured this isn't a tutorial. I'm not trying to sell this game. I'm just teaching you how to make it, so you can get your own sprites. But I will provide this one, so you don't have to go through all that other stuff. So, anyways, let's add the sprite, and we'll call it player selector, and load the sprite. It's gonna be. Now, you know what I gotta do? It's been a while since I've worked on this project. I gotta go to my content manager, and I've gotta add the texture for that to it. Add texture, and it's called player select. We'll just keep that name. let's go back here, new sprite, and it's gonna we need this one, so content manager dot get instance dot textures, good. And then we need a new vector. Its position is going to be the 350. No, it's going to be maybe 325 to 75. No font. Okay, and that's it. Let's see, that picture might also be way too big, so we might have to scale it. I didn't add it. Player selector. Oh man, so it's got a white background. That's pretty bad. Let me fix that real quick. Okay, so you guys might have seen this. I actually have a picture that I got before that I'd forgotten about, and it's already good to go. So we're going to use that one. So let's just delete this. You don't have that, so you'll just, oh man. So you'll just have this. Not that. You'll just have this sprite. And now let's go, I gotta go back to my content manager. And then, sorry if this confused you earlier. We'll call this, so it's menu selector dot fw. And then we'll go back to menu screen. This is menu selector dot fw. See how that looks. Much better. Okay. So all I want to do is I'm just going to move it down a teensy bit because it's a little tall. It's a little bit high. So for the Y, we'll make it maybe 278 instead of 275. Yep, looks good. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do in this tutorial is I'm going to start showing you how to do input, and then we'll just do some little basic arrow keys to move the selector up and down from the 1 player to 2 player. 2 player won't actually do anything, but this will just get you started and be a quick intro on doing input. So first thing I'm going to do, let's go to our screen class, because I want every screen to have a way of accepting input. And then we're going to add a public virtual. The virtual makes it so we can override it from the other classes that inherit or that extend this one. And it's going to be input. And we're going to have keyboard input, I think. I don't really remember how to do that. I think it's like this. Let's see. So, yep. Keyboard, and that's going to be, we'll just call it key S for keyboard state. And then there's not going to be any mouse input, so we'll just leave it at that. And so we've got that. Now what we can do from our menu screen, we'll override that. So public override void input. Let's, instead of having this, let's just use the Microsoft XNA framework input, and that's just adding this. Okay, so I don't need the base because nothing happens in the base input, and we won't ever make anything happen in that. So now let's go back to our game one, our main function, and we have somewhere update. We have an update. We'll make it work with a gamepad too, but for now let's just make it work with a keyboard. So we have two things happening. We have the normal update, but then we'll also have we really could put these in the same thing, but screen manager. Sorry. Okay, we also need this. So let's go to our screen manager class, excuse me. We'll say public void input keyboard ks. Resolve this. And we'll say current screen dot input ks. Okay, now go back to game one. Screen manager dot input, and then we're gonna say keyboard dot get state. And that doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Oh, because I know why. Okay, go back to our screen. Keyboard is not what we want. We want keyboard state. Okay, and I'll just go through and change all these back. Good now? Yeah. Okay, so now we have input keyboard.get state. And now go to our menu screen, and let's just do a quick test. The console is your friend. Use the console a lot before you do a lot of programming to make sure that if something doesn't work, you know exactly why it's not working. So let's take the keyboard state. The keyboard state, sorry, and we'll say if ks dot is key down keys dot up console to right line key up semicolon, not colon. That's in parentheses. So this will say that if we push up, hopefully. Key up. Look at that. Okay. So we'll say if it's key up, then our player selector position is going to be this, because that's already, we set it at player 1, so that's where we already know that that's where it should be. So player selector okay, so we don't actually have a way to set the position of a sprite right now. We did not make a way of doing that. So let's go here. We have our get position, so we'll say, we'll do a setter for that. Public void set position vector, and we'll say position equals pose. The reason that works is because every time it draws a sprite, it draws it based on that position. So that'll set that, and then that'll be dandy. Let's go back to our menu screen. We'll say, what was it called? Player selector dot set position, and it will be there. Don't need these brackets. Oh man. Okay. If ks does is key down keys dot down for parentheses, then it's going to be, what's this one, 315, and then we added 3, so 318 is what it's going to be. 318. Let's test that out, see how that works. And down, up, puts it up there, down, puts it down there. And that works exactly how we want it. And then, so the next thing is once you hit enter, we'll only do it for one player game because I'm not making a two-player game, like I've said a couple times. It will load the game screen, which isn't a thing right now at the moment. That'll be later. That'll be in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to do videos more frequently now, mainly to warrant the purchase of my new headset that I really didn't need, but it was kind of an impulse buy. And I hope that you guys are enjoying this and are able to get something out of it. Please like and favorite the video, whatever. That'll definitely motivate me to do more videos. And subscribe for sure if you want to see more of these. And thanks. I will see you next time. Okay.